Jaguar team. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win?
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
The numbers on Moss from last week's game: 14 carries, 74 yards.
You know he's proud of his standing as the league's number 3 rusher, and those linemen in front of him, they're just as proud, but they all have the same goal in mind. Get him to number 1 in the league and celebrate a rushing title at the end of the year. That starts with a good game here.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. And the San Diego first down.
They'll go up the middle here with Moss. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Operating from the gun, Martin. Ooh, the juke. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
They'll run on first down with Moss. Oh, able to avoid him. Dances by him. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. From the 5-yard line, will this opening drive yield 6? This is 3rd and goal. A throw there, but that's going to end up incomplete. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points will be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And his kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
Good footwork at the 30. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him the first down. Operating from the gun. Dempsey can't get away, and he's taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
16 at the 27-yard line.
Off the play fake. Dempsey. And his throw's going to be incomplete. But you look at this defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. It's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I know in most cases people think you throw the ball in this situation, and when they ran, it almost felt like a little bit of a surrender, maybe a give up. But I don't know if that's really the case. They might have been probing a little bit, checking the defense and filing it away for later. They might have something working later on.
It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So that if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But when the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On the counter, this is Moss. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Martin. That's going to be caught. And he'll be out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll come out in the pistol. Moss. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Moss once more. And this time he finally breaks through. It's a touchdown.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal. But we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL. So they're not going to be denied here. And they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Dempsey. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Up the middle they go. Sharp. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. But you look at this defense. Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
They go play action here on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Sharp. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Now 3rd down and 7. Operating from the gun. Dempsey buying time, and he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Sitting in 1st place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Martin. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. Martin. And he rifles one incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. $10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He finds his man, complete. It's Sharp. And he's up in it after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Dempsey. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is brought in at the 21. A big kick that time, 52 yards. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
3rd down and 1. Looking to throw. Martin. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he's got him. Got his man on the end route, complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Back to throw again. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 9 yards that time. They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Alexander. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
It's 2nd and inches at the Jaguars' 11-yard line.
And he's going to use his legs here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. It's their quarterback. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Thunderbirds add 6 to their lead. So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there, because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field and, of course, for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They run the counter. Sharp. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And a quick throw here. That's complete. No gain on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, Dempsey. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon, as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first. And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
To throw on 3rd down, Dempsey under pressure, and down he goes. And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. And the Jaguars send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
32-yard line.
On second down, here's a run with Moss. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Martin now throwing on first down. That's going to be caught by Moss. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now Martin on 1st and 10. Throw complete there. Rodgers. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9.
Second down and a yard.
Second and a yard at the 40-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Martin. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
First down, Thunderbirds.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Second down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown! An 11-yard touchdown. And the Thunderbirds are able to widen their lead here in this first half. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here. But with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time, because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. On first down, Dempsey. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Back to throw. Dempsey. he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts to throw on second down. Dempsey to the sideline and incomplete.
Well, he left no doubt about that one, because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there's no way that ball was going to be caught.
And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on them, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll get started across the border in Mexico. And in the second quarter, it's the Bears who are out in front. The Bears locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, we head down to Tennessee.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And he returns this to the 22. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
On second down now. It's Sharp, and not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. A third down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And the Jaguars send out their punter, standing just about on his own goal line. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Martin. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block him. They were on him in a hurry.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Operating from the gun, Martin. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. On third down, Alexander. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. And on now is the punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be second and a couple. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Off play action. Dempsey. Pressure comes and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Looking to throw on second down. Dempsey. And the pressure gets to him again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Dempsey. He finds his man complete. That's sharp. And they'll get him down here at the 23. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it's second down. Operating from the gun, Martin. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
On 3rd down, it's Alexander, and able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. And he gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now out come the Jags.
Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
43 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Dempsey. He finds his man complete. That's Fisher. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up second down.
At the 41-yard line.
Now this is going to be a quarterback draw. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
On 1st and 10, Dempsey. Incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action from Jacksonville. Now a give right side. Sharp. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag, and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. But one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
Yeah, I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Here's 3rd and 3.
And it's 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Martin. That is caught. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Moss on the give up the middle. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Operating from the gun. Martin. Over the middle. Rodgers has it. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 45-yard line.
Gain of 10. 1st down, Tbirds.
Back to throw. Martin. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. 2nd down now after the incompletion. Off the play fake. Martin. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Jaguars will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Up past the 30, second down coming up.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Sharp. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This offense so far on third down, they've had a lot of chances but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 7. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter? It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
64 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. First down, they stay with Moss on the ground. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now a handoff up the middle. Alexander. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try again, and this time he's in for the touchdown.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The Jaguars again ready to take over on offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more than he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Up the middle they go. Sharp. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Moss.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Looking to throw. Martin. He finds his man. Complete. That's Alexander. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 3rd and 4 now. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Alexander. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Dempsey. He finds his man. Complete. That's Fisher. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And the Jaguars send out their punter, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Off play action. Martin. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Martin.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 30 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Martin on 1st down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. On the give, this is Moss. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll be a gain of 5. And it'll be 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And this one is right down Broadway. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Throwing to start the drive, Dempsey. And he's got his man in stride, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Dempsey. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Dempsey. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Dempsey.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
On 3rd down, Dempsey. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. On 1st down, they'll start out with Moss. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Holding offense.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. On the handoff, it's Moss. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll go again here with Moss. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire 2nd half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for our visitors, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home